Good evening, YouTube. What is going on? Weston Nelson here, along with Trading Nichols and Calvin C. Money from the Crypto Cave. We wanted to come to you live tonight to introduce Calvin or C. Money. Sorry, apologies on that. To our team at the Crypto Cave. He has agreed to join us in what we're doing and building out in our community. So super excited about that. We're very thrilled to have Calvin. He's got a lot of experience, been in crypto since 2016, which for those of you who know crypto, that's like 70 years or so in equivalent. And so, again, as always, just disclaimer, none of this to be taken as financial advice we're going to talk about here tonight, but we're going to share some updates as well as our views on the markets. It's currently just after midnight Central Standard Time. There is a lot of volatility occurring. So a good time to be tuned in if you do happen to catch us live or watch us when you wake up in the morning tomorrow. So on that note, why don't we dive in and kind of introduce C Money a little bit on background and hand it over to you, Trey Nichols, if that sounds good. I can pull up a chart of, or no, that's not, we don't want that. I want to move myself off this main screen here. Highlight C Money.
Thanks, guys.
How's that?
Yeah, tell us a little bit about your crypto journey, or even outside of crypto if you prefer first.
Well, first off, I want to thank you guys, Weston, Trading Nichols, for having me on today. It's something that I've wanted to join in after watching you guys for the past year during the pandemic. Been wanting to work with you, and I'm glad I finally got the chance. Yeah, honestly, you guys have been a part of my journey, this crypto journey of mine. Although, like you said, Weston, it's only been a year, but it feels like decades in the crypto universe.
Yeah, like what you learn, you mean, and what you go through with the changes. And, we were talking the other night about, I think, something like on Binance or wherever, like that experience you had that was so stressful. And it's like, wow, that was just this year. And it probably feels like a long time ago, so yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah. Yeah, that was an interesting experience. I was very bullish on XRP. I was on Binance, and I had taken out a collateralized loan on XRP. When the lawsuit was announced on Twitter, the price just tanked. I wasn't
70%, right?
$60 billion in 36 hours. I had to memorize that for prosperity.
So it was rough. It was rough, and my portfolio had just reached an all-time high. I was very excited, but I wasn't thinking of any type of pullback. I was looking at the charts, and I'm still a beginner when it comes to technical analysis, but I felt like I was doing pretty good for the time that I had been trading.
Sure.
And so, I said, you know what? I'll buy some more XRP, take out collateralized loan, buy some more Cardano. But I wasn't in front of my computer at the time when it was announced. Everything started tanking, and I got liquidated out of all my positions. Yeah, so it was. I wanted
kind of a learning, like you paid your tuition, so to speak, by learning a tough thing.
But I had experienced loss before, back in 2017, 2018. I had also lost a ton of money with like the Binance listings. I had lost money. What was it? In Bitcoin. I was trying to get in on Bitcoin when it was
Bitcoin.
Bitcoin. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so you are really Yeah, that's like
he's more OG than the both of us put together, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean, Bitcoin
for like being there back then with those different coins. I mean, I had a couple other friends tell me about some coins back then, and it was just instead of being familiar with everything, I was like, this was a different world. Like there's a few things that have been renamed that I'm familiar with now. I found out, but there's tons of stuff that just doesn't exist now. That almost everything then doesn't exist now, and that's like a mind blower that I felt so familiar. But when I look back just a few years, the landscape was so different.
Yeah, and you know, there were just so many different tokens that were listed, and whenever something was listed on Binance, the Coinbase effect, I realized that, and I said, you know what, let me get in on these tokens. Bitcoin happened to be one of them, and so I had put in about 50% of my portfolio into that token.
Bitcoin.
Into Bitcoin, yeah. I was up about 7%. And I was like, okay, this is looking good. I'm about to cash out. I was watching the charts, fell asleep for a good 30 minutes, no longer than 30 minutes. When I woke back up, Bitcoin had already dropped 60%. And I was like, no. So I tried to cover up my losses. I took I took more out of my other assets to get some more Bitcoin. Kept dropping. So at that point, I took an 80% loss. But you know what? That was the first loss that I had experienced. The second loss being the Ripple case lawsuit being announced and getting liquidated. But yeah, so it's been about 4 years. 4 years.
4 years in crypto seriously, that is a long time, and people don't really understand that. Like being a full-time trader actually any asset class is a long time, but you've been around the space, so you've seen you saw the whole Ethereum run up and subsequent bust after that, right? I mean, you kind of experienced all that too, and that is that what got you into XRP? Because I know you've mentioned XRP, and you know how I feel about that. Not as big of a I'm not a fan, but a lot of people were exposed to XRP like a couple years ago, and that it was like the thing, and it shot up, of course. But what's your story with that, or why still hold it, or because to me it's like I just don't see it, but maybe there's something from your experience that is there.
So XRP, Cardano, Stellar Lumens, Tron, those were the 4 first cryptocurrencies that I got into when I made a Binance account. I had done some research, not enough, but I was still new to crypto, so I was just putting money here and there, and I just saw price action. I saw the price action, and at the time, I was following everything in Sats. I was following everything in the BTC pairing.
Like you had already believed in the power of Bitcoin this much.
Right. I wasn't cashing out in dollars because I kept noticing that whenever I cashed out in dollars, Bitcoin kept running up. And I was like, why don't I just convert into BTC instead?
You're like wow. Okay.
I did the same thing back in the first quarter this year. I was like, okay, well, Ethereum's not looking so hot. So when I did this trade on my MetaMask, I'll trade back to USDC this time. And every time I did that, Ethereum ran up. Every time.
Well, wait, did you say Ethereum or?
Yeah, I was trading back to USDC instead of Ethereum, and every time I did that, I missed further gains. Kind of like his story with getting more Sats or Satoshis, small increments of Bitcoin.
Yeah. That's why I just want to make sure we're talking about this. Yeah, Sats, like stacking Sats, right? I mean,
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
So at the time, I saw the run up. Cardano had gone up to about $1.50, $1.60. XRP had gone up to about almost $4. But again, I was watching these in sats. So Cardano was at about 8,000 sats. XLM, I want to say it was around the same price, 6,000 sats. XRP was at 22,000 sats. These were big jumps. And so that's kind of like what brought me in. And then I started doing research on a lot of these. I had seen that Jed McCaleb, who had developed XLM, was also a part of the Ripple team.
He left them, right? To
Right.
start his own thing? Yeah.
Right. I guess him and Brad had some disagreements.
I pulled up XRP here. This looks right to you, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Did they just have a flash crash?
Well, it appears that way on the chart, but I don't know if this is pulling all the right data. I think this is just literally on the pancake swap, that DEX on BSC.
No, but that's right. It should be at $1.08.
Is it? Okay. Yeah. Okay, so it's showing the right price.
Jed
McCaleb left.
Yeah, Jed McCaleb left. And I mean, I saw he had developed Stellar XLM. I saw that XLM also was being backed by IBM. XRP was backed by Google. They had like a Google investment back in the early 2000s. So I said, okay, they have these blue chip companies backing them up. So, kind of like investing in stocks, I said this, if these companies are investing in these cryptocurrencies, then they must see something that other people don't. People are so used to following the norms, following the trends that already exist. So when I got into crypto, I was still skeptical to begin with because I also started trading stocks. And then I got into crypto once my friend, a very good friend of mine, Alex, he's the one that recommended Binance to me and helped me set up the account. Once I set up the account, he's the one that also recommended XRP, Cardano, XLM. And I mean, the gains were great. I saw that Ripple was trying to get into the derivatives market, and the derivatives market is big. I mean, trillions, who knows, quadrillion.
I think the biggest in of all markets, actually.
Right. So I know Ripple's trying to tackle that market, and to my understanding, they're also trying to get picked as for CBDCs, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, they're in competition with Stellar, right?
Yes, they are.
Yeah, they're in competition.
Well, I mean, again, I guess I feel like they were. I don't know if they still are. Who is partnered with them? And I'm asking like genuinely, like, is it, has anyone announced? I know that like Fantom, that we're all pretty bullish on. I think the three of us, maybe me the most, but I know they are building out a CBDC with governments, and that's coming, and that's probably going to work great because everything they do does well. But Ripple's in, I mean, they're in a tough spot. No, I mean, it's hard because, like I said, I've just seen Ripple as Ripple, the kind of shady company that has now been sued forever, and I don't know. I probably have a different perspective, and maybe you saw them in a different light, and that's why you're like, okay, I still see the potential. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I love the transaction time. I love the transaction fees. They're very minimal. Yeah. The speed of transactions is very fast. I know that Coinbase now is promoting them to transfer money using Ripple.
XRP?
XRP, yeah. they're like advertising it on their Coinbase page, on the app, I believe as well.
What? Okay, that's news to me.
Yeah. And I mean, Ripple also has partnerships with companies that are a part of the World Economic Forum, Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. I mean, and I mean,
Well, I do
a bunch of other
this.
companies as well. I mean, Ripple is good when it comes to the carbon footprint, right? Keeping, I guess, the cost of energy consumption down. You name it. So I guess I'm a believer in the tech, the underlying technology, and I mean they've also been doing things behind the scenes. I know they're trying to develop their own DeFi platform. I know they got Flare Network coming along, but I mean who knows with the airdrop. I mean the lawsuit kind of just like pushed things back. Not to say I didn't expect a lawsuit, but I didn't expect it so soon when it happened.
Okay.
But yeah, they have tons of partnerships that I've looked into that just has me to believe that it's inevitable. I mean, who knows? They may be considered a commodity at some point, maybe. But
well, so what do you still see Ripple as succeeding as a payments facilitator essentially then, or I mean, you just mentioned DeFi, so they want to be more, but is it still the payments or because that I just see such steep competition there? I guess is where I'm going. I see, we've got Solana, Fantom will be a very real competitor. XLM, I guess.
And a whole bunch of ones that we don't really know. There's tons of small ones that want to feel that niche. What's going to rise to the top? I actually fundamentally liked XLM a lot better, but apparently the XRP army is much stronger. XLM, I feel like has made more agreements. They've gotten more use, but
yeah. They did have an official announcement, I believe, with the government of Ukraine. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm talking about Stellar now, to help build out their CBDC. I don't know if that has moved forward or not, but
I'm not invested in XLM. I feel like it just doesn't have enough going on, and I mean I see it kind of like Bitcoin and Litecoin, big brother, little brother. XRP is going to be the OG, whereas XLM is second generation payment system. But also, like I mentioned before, XRP and Ripple are trying to tackle the derivatives market. So they partnered up with a bunch of these banking institutions. You have MoneyGram, SBI, Remittances, Santander, American Express. Just to name a few. I think they were partnered up with Bank of America, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, I have to say, XRP's done a lot more than I had any idea. You've really done your research. I had no idea about all of these connections. That's amazing.
Well, I was going to say, it's. I mean, they have, and I was going to show my screen here to just go to. I think it's just Ripple.com, right?
Yeah, Ripple. I believe so. Yeah. There you go.
So, now, again, none of this is financial advice, obviously. And hopefully you don't mind, C Money. I'm kind of putting you on the spot here, but I see Ripple as this company fighting this battle in a lawsuit that they're. I don't. They're going to be stalled while all these other things move on without them. So payments network, okay, RippleNet, right? Yeah, that's the super fast on-demand liquidity lines of credit. They just don't really strike me as they're trying to help enable DeFi or push that forward. Whereas it's almost like a feeling, I guess. It seems like they're like a B2B solution to me. Not not so much the let's help the unbanked get banked kind of feeling. And I don't know if that's just me, but do you know what I'm kind of referring to, or do you just not feel that at all, or is that?
You're not wrong. They're definitely working to, I guess, cater to the commercial use, institutional use of it. Whereas, for instance, Cardano, I feel like is catering to, the retail investor, the unbanked. I mean, you're not wrong about that. I mean, who knows what's going to happen with this case? I have a strong feeling going forward
they're going to be okay.
That they're going to be okay. I don't know if they're going to settle, but I was reading a couple tweets today saying that they rather not settle. They might tackle this case head on, try and go for the touchdown. But
it's pretty bold.
I mean, at this point, if they've got a good case going, and I've been following Jeremy Hogan, who's an attorney who has been talking about the case for the past year, I believe. I've been following him and a couple other people on Twitter, and pretty positive. I mean, it's been a back and forth case, right?
Okay. Well, now, yeah, no, right. I know it's been it's been blow has been dealt and then back, and yes, but so what do you think of the leadership, I guess? Let's say XRP does emerge and the token succeeds in just payments or another ecosystem. Didn't they kind of do some things that were not really good?
I guess that's what they're also looking into, right? That was a part of the lawsuits. They also put in the lawsuit for Brad Garlinghouse, and
Brad. I'm talking about Brad, basically. He seems to be like, the only way I ever see XRP is going forward is without Brad. Again, could be wrong. You know more on the subject than I do, and that's why it's great to have you to be able to share this stuff. But he just doesn't really seem like. I've seen him say so many things on, say, YouTube, for instance, or in interviews, and then I find that they're factually actually not the truth. And that's what concerns me. I guess if we're really fleshing it out, it's like that's what concerns me about XRP is.
So I have a couple of thoughts on this. I read a lot of the XRP initial lawsuit that was released. I mean, I read a lot of it, and I got thinking about it, and I got thinking that that's a lot of accusations that feel founded if they're true, right? And then I also got thinking about crypto as a whole, and I realized something. I realized even if XRP has made mistakes, I'm still going to root for their cause in the courts because, at least when it comes up, I'm pro crypto, and if they don't fight back on some of the things that the SEC is trying to do, it could impact a lot of things that I am more invested in. I have a little bit of XRP because XRP Army is just insanely bullish. I can't believe the price
XRP Army
happened with with everything that's happened for the price to get where it is. That just blows me away. And I have to respect the pump, so to speak, like Evan and Technics to say.
Respect the pump. But okay, last thing on that, then let's move on to something else. But couldn't you say that is also blind tribalism sometimes in a way? You're so invested in something that XRP's it's got to win. Cardano, it's got to win.
I think that's dangerous for any investor to say that something specific has to win. I've read these arguments a lot of times amongst traders. Well, what if you just bought just the right thing and you bought a lot of it? And I was like, yeah, but what are the statistical odds of that? And I know you've invested in and have loved other projects. I'm not saying about you, Calvin. I'm just saying that it's dangerous to be tribalistic about what you're invested in. That's what men
that's
wrong
kind of what I'm getting
investing
at.
more than women.
No, you're right. I definitely try to keep, especially after getting liquidated. I try to be not so emotionally attached to the potential, right, of what it could be, of where it could go in terms of price action. That's why I at this point of my trading career, I've diversified enough to not have to worry if, for say, XRP goes to zero. I don't have that much exposure in my portfolio where it'll put a dent.
Okay. So you do recognize that, you're saying, and like the importance of that, and keeping up in mind, regardless of even if you have a strong belief. It's like, hey, if something does change dramatically, you'd probably recognize that and move on. Not to put words in your mouth, but that's kind of what I heard, more or less. Is that?
Yeah, definitely. And honestly, listening to you guys, I've learned about what else is out there. You have Solana, right? Who, I mean, look at the price action on that. And Weston, I've been hearing you mention it since last year.
Yeah, I know, crazy, right? It was $2 a token when I started. I guess my personal, shill of Solana, because I,
So
did a deep dive into the tech.
fast.
Yeah, seriously, right? But Solana's incredible, and well, we're kind of bringing them up at a delicate time, I guess. Really,
some dark hours for them. I checked this morning, and at least according to the website I found, it showed all nodes to be up.
Well, okay. What do you mean? According to the website, you found like the Onion, or
I don't know the website you went to. I hope it's good, but I felt like I went to a website that let me see the status of all the nodes, and it said they were all up. And I was trying to find any bad news about them, and I couldn't. And yeah, they hit 136, but they're up in the 140s, 145.75 right now.
Yeah, I'm looking at.
Maybe some tribalism is saving them, because has it already been 3 days since they had their issue? People could unlock things once the nodes were up. Well, you couldn't unlock your Solana that was staked if the nodes are down. Never mind.
We're about to hit it. I was just highlighting here. Fantom, actually, in the last, we talked about volatility earlier on our stream today. There is some, and Fantom, which that's up 4% in the last hour. Curve, 289.
Nice.
Where is XRP?
XRP is nowhere to be found.
Yeah, well, there's Cardano. It's 239 hanging out there. 76 billion market cap. I mean, wow. So now, okay. Well, maybe let's touch on Cardano quick, because that's another one that I'm not super. I do love their vision. I really do. I'm not thrilled with their leadership, I guess you could say. What do you think about the smart contract updates and
I mean, we see what it's doing to Cody, right? I guess there's like rumors that Cody is about to get on the Cardano network, and I think I saw PBX is also part of the Cardano ecosystem. They were listed on KuCoin, and they were up, I want to say 9,000% last night. Yeah.
In one day?
In one day. It was just listed yesterday. And it's up to 2 cents. But I was thinking to myself, and I was actually talking to a couple of my buddies, and I was like, is that going to be like the Cardano effect once you announce that you're on the Cardano network, you're part of the Cardano ecosystem? Like, is that going to be a thing where you blow up when you come from Ethereum, from the ERC20 token to, I'm a big believer in Cardano. Similar to XRP, I just feel like, Ethereum's the big boy, right? Ethereum's like the big brother in this case.
Yeah, it has a network effect. It has DeFi built out. I mean, to kind of play the other side of the tune here, it's really the dominant or only smart contract platform until Avalanche and Fantom have kind of come into the mix, and I guess you could kind of say Luna maybe a little bit, but people have been waiting for Cardano forever. I like how they did these names. Ada. After Ada Lovelace, the first programmer. I think that's cool, and they're just their whole mission, right? It's great, but the point I wanted to make is that I think you're right. Regardless of whether or not Cardano actually succeeds long term, you can probably trade it based on announcements because it has so much capital in the ecosystem.
Right, and it has about 70% of the total ADA staked right now.
76 billion, 77 billion almost market cap.
I mean, it looks like it dropped, right? Yeah, of course it dropped from when it dropped from $3. I mean, I definitely see it. I don't think it'll surpass Ethereum. I'll say that much. Not in the next 5 years. Who knows what happens after that? I've taken things into consideration when it's come to like the 5-year outlook, but past that, I haven't really thought about it. But
it's hard with the technological advances, right? It's hard. I come from the traditional investment space, right? I started my career as a financial advisor, and you talk about like your time horizon. Is it like 10 plus years or 30 years or whatever? And it's like when you're now in 2021 in crypto, it's like, are you kidding? Like I'm just looking for seriously, it's like I'm looking for 6 months out. Will this project be alive? That's kind of, it's different, and I don't think that's going to change anytime soon. With there's this thing I read once, the law of accelerating change, or change is going to actually continue to happen faster, and we as humans have a hard time understanding that because we think linearly, but exponentially is the technological curve. So yeah, to your point, in 5 years, many of these I do think will still be here, but there'll be some that we probably don't even know of yet. Like Dogecoin, I don't think will be there.
I didn't believe in it back then when I first got in. I didn't believe in it a year ago when it was pumping. A lot of my buddies were saying, come on, man, it's going to happen. And of course it happened. I literally held it from under a cent to 2 cents, watched it run up to 8 cents. And I was just like, I cost myself an extra, 6 cents per in gains. So I was a little upset at myself for not riding the wave, the sentiment wave.
I have a thought on that. Okay. So Doge historically between bull runs goes to zero. So I kind of, if I could have the extra electricity for it, the extra money for it.
Do you want to share your screen here?
On buying a... No, not particularly. I was trying to find some interesting on the charts for what he was talking about, and I just kind of didn't.
Okay.
But I was like, if I had the extra money to add one thing to my mining farm, it would be to get a Doge Litecoin miner. Not now, like into the winter market where they're worthless and it costs me more money to run it than I make money, just to stack those away and those Litecoins away until the next 4 year cycle where people fall into believing it all over again. Do I believe in it? No. Can it go to? Will it go nothing? Go to nothing again? Probably. But could it resurrect from nothing again? It's done it twice. Why not?
Yeah.
I don't know if you heard my perspective there, Calvin.
Yeah.
Well, now we're getting back to the whole mindset of like, let's go to like, what was I was gonna pull up something here for us, but I forgot. Maybe it was just the Dogecoin website. I can't.
Dogecoin? Is that really what they're gonna say? Come on.
One Dogecoin does equal one Dogecoin.
X equals
but
X.
It's useless and worthless. I guess personal opinion. But okay, so you just brought back a very important point. So to tie this now to Crypto Cave, right, and what we're building now and what we're trying to do it with kind of the vision that we have for everything, is yes, crypto is an incredible revolution. If you trade well, you can empower yourself economically. You can help others. That's why, we want people like Calvin. The more C monies that we have in the community, the more you expand your horizons and think about different ideas, right?
Yes, I've been expanded a lot by talking to you today, Calvin. I was actually, I had no idea you knew so much about those things. That's the essence of DYOR. If you're going to be into something, know something about it.
We know Cal. We know Cal. Like he's
yeah.
We're introducing to our team here, right? And so it's like you never know what you're going to learn from others, and that's what I wanted to make the point of is. Yeah, we've got we have fantastic tools like bots, and we're gonna just keep adding and optimizing those because we know how for real-time actionable alerts for trading. But it's the people that ultimately I think is the real alpha, if that makes sense, because it's like someone will say, "Oh, that yeah, that was the alert, but that's probably useless because look at this," or you know what I mean.
I haven't talked to one member of our community yet that doesn't blow me away when I talk to him, and it's just this exchange of knowledge because crypto is so big and you can't be everywhere, and not that your portfolio should be everywhere. That's too complicated. But
right.
I mean, just be aware of the things that are out there. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, and honestly, I made a lot of my money just from reading other people's comments.
Exactly.
I mean,
lurkers.
When you
lurkers make
Fantom, every time you guys mentioned Fantom, I was looking it up, just checking it out. It's like, okay, this is a good price to get in. And a couple weeks ago, I got in before the run up to $1, $2 basically. I bought it at 70 cents, bought some more at 80 cents, and rode that baby up. I wish I would have listened to you guys sooner when I first got into Crypto Cave. It was still at 50 cents.
I was going to say, I don't know when I started like screaming about Fantom, but
before we were even live for the Crypto Cave. That's when.
Yeah, because also
we've
by
been
the
live
way,
month and a half.
We just started this. Yeah. This business, this community, what we're trying to build out. So, I guess technically before we were live, but it was right around that time. And I was going to say it did, I've been following Fantom for a long time, but, that is a nice.
Oh, you read my mind. That's exactly what I'm looking at.
It's okay. I like where we're headed here. That's on the 4 hours. I bet we've already broken the 50-day. Yeah, there we go. This is the 50-day simple moving average, 200-day right here in the white line. Wow, probably going to be a good night for Fantom peoples of the world. But so I mean, have you done deep dives then into it because of talking about it with us, or it just kind of like led you to do a little bit of research, or you
Yeah, I've done a little bit of research, not enough to, I guess, understand the whole ecosystem. I did go on what was it? Spirit Swap. I was watching
nice.
one of your videos with Hawk. I had bridged my wallet, my MetaMask, but I think you were saying that I needed to wrap my ETH to I guess stake it, and I needed to do all this other stuff. So I was like, all right, I'll save that because it was late. I was like, I'll save it for another day. So I haven't done it yet.
Yeah. Well, see, and that's what's interesting too is you can be you can be all into DeFi, you can be into TA, you can be there's lots of ways to trade crypto and be successful. And I am literally all not mostly DeFi and mostly in the Fantom ecosystem. And I'm really liking watching this chart. By the way, sorry if I'm a little distracted, but Fantom, it's the consensus mechanism, the Lachesis and DAG. It's an L1. It's scalable, it's fast, and it's cheap. It solves the blockchain trilemma that has always plagued Ethereum. And I think it's going to bring in mass adoption. It already has. Basically, it's already blown Ethereum out of the water in transactions per day. I know Cardano's trying to catch up. I just have this feeling that they may have that effect that you're talking about, Calvin, as far as like, hey, let's sit here. You can trade it, but at the end, it's the best technology, I think, is going to probably win, or the strongest network effect. So I don't want to say compare Cardano or XRP to Doge. That feels different, but like in the same essence of like trading something, why not? If you can make a profitable trade, I guess that's kind of the mindset I've come to. I used to not think that way, actually. I don't know if you guys remember that, but now I'm more of a like take it. If you see an opportunity in front of you, like trade it. I guess I'm curious. What do you guys think about that? I mean, like I used to feel terrible shorting Bitcoin, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
And then you taught me how to, yeah, you did, versus when you first did a video teaching at a blazing fast speed. So when we called the ultimate guide to Fantom, he showed so many things that it took me days to explore that on my own. And one of the things he did in there, he's like, oh, look, and I can borrow Bitcoin. He's in the middle of being on YouTube and announcing this. Sorry if I have dirty hands. I was literally just working on a classic car. He shorts Bitcoin while we're on YouTube by borrowing it, turning it into a stable coin. And I checked the chart and I was like, wait, you're in the money?
I was in the money.
And it cost less on Fantom than it did to make a trade in a centralized exchange. Like I have hunted high and low for the least expensive but still quality exchange, and that you can get too cheap, but it was still more expensive.
And to to keep myself also feeling good, I didn't technically actually short Bitcoin. So, no, I'm kidding. Like I'm fine with shorting it now, but I technically didn't. You know what I'm saying? When you the way we did that in DeFi, in essence it was, but a short is different than that. And that's
How? Okay, I'm going to argue on this one. How? Because you borrowed it, you turned it into a stable coin.
And then
if you turn it back into Bitcoins later, and Bitcoin went down, you now have more Bitcoins.
Yeah. In essence,
a shorted way of shorting. It's how I shorted Fantom from like $1.70 to $1.20 the other day.
I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm saying that I didn't click short on an exchange.
Okay. All right.
That's what I mean. But yes, I switched it for a stable coin. I bought it back cheaper, right? I mean, yeah, that's a short in essence.
He did this whole presentation with like a Fantom. And I was like, how are you going to do it with that? And he was like, less than a penny transaction. And he like entered all these different pools and did all these things with like fractions of money on his example wallet.
That's what
made money while he was at it.
That's what's so cool, Calvin, too, is like, Dave was on here and like, he's like, what are you doing? You got one Fantom, you're gonna run out of gas, and like, and I'm like, hold on, and that was all real time live. We went through like 4 protocols and did like 30 transactions, and that just goes to show you the power of DeFi when you really get into the system. There's no going back, and I've used this analogy I think today, so probably going to start saying it all the time, but it feels like the Matrix, or like the red pill, where it's like I could never imagine not being in DeFi primarily again. More control, better returns, and again, that's where not everybody has to take that big of a leap, and that's why it's helpful to have people like you and Trading Nichols and the others that have joined us now, and because there's always going to be people who want to trade on a centralized exchange. You do have better limits, and you can put better guardrails on your trades, as of now at least. So, but
I've definitely been taking the blue pill for the past 4 years, and I've been listening to you guys rave about DeFi. I guess my fear was just MetaMask, people getting hacked, with people's wallets.
Oh gosh.
Spam, all that.
Right. How many people have gotten money stolen, and right.
And we know of some of those people. Lost
personally, very personally.
Right.
On the blockchain, good luck. Like, it's unfortunately pretty much gone when you do lose it. So you bring up a good point, and I think that is mostly that if you are going to venture into DeFi and non-custodial digital assets, have a good guide, or know what you're doing, or be part of a community that can help guide you. Because the best way to think of it is like a bar of gold. If you drop a bar of gold in the ocean, it's gone, right? Like,
especially
you can't call your bank. What's that?
Especially the deep ocean.
For context, that's what I meant. Like, if you're in the middle of the ocean and you drop it, it's gone, and it's gone forever. You can't call your bank and ask for customer service, and that's what DeFi is. You are taking possession of your assets, and now there's a lot of people that don't have I prefer that, because I like I know there's still risks. I know it could be exploited or hacked, but there's ways to mitigate that. And I just think it's the future. It's the now. It's it's obviously lots of opportunities, but to kind of transition here, we could probably talk. We love this stuff, so we could talk forever. But just to highlight on you, Calvin, or I feel like I'm going to start saying "see money" now, just all the time.
It was literally just a pre-show joke.
I know.
It's awesome.
Well, I'm like, Right. I was like, what do we think? Sea money, and that's pretty cool,
And then
actually.
you
So
said
yeah,
yes, which is even cooler, Calvin.
yeah. No,
Yeah.
I was like, I was just playing around, but so yeah, we got sea money, and he's here to help with kind of advancing the vision that we have, which is yes, let's help you be more profitable trading, but also there's something really powerful about this whole crypto technology stuff that is great for the world, and it's good to share that. And like that's what I admired. I've noticed about you, Calvin, and it's like you seem to be very interested in that component as well. So I think we all share that kind of that vision for the technology. Um, so to kind of ask you, I mean, what would you how would you see yourself best, growing with Crypto Cave, or contributing, or like what do you want to accomplish, or how do you want to help people in their crypto trading journey?
I guess take control, of their take control of their like finances. I would something that I've always wanted, and the reason why I got into crypto in the first place was to obviously at first to pay bills. At the time I was in college, so it was to pay tuition. But then when I lost money, it drove me to do more research, right?
Yeah.
Without being
Okay.
fearful of losing more. Especially being a part of a community. I feel like in Discord, you just learn things much faster than doing research. And I did a lot of research, but it's not the same when you have three people doing research: me, you, Weston, and Trading Nichols, and then the rest of the community, right? Everyone
Yeah.
has something to contribute to the community, because we all have the same goal of achieving financial freedom, understanding the markets, financial literacy. But there's so many people that still have this lack of understanding of how money works. And I guess what I would like to do is to help those people, further their understanding in how trading works. And for you guys could help me, and I can help the rest of the community, or people who aren't in the community understand DeFi,
Yeah.
right? How to
I love
understand
it.
risk management. And to be honest, I didn't finish college. I technically dropped out for crypto, unintentionally. I didn't have the money for tuition since I lost it.
I think Bill Gates dropped out of college too, right? He did all right financially.
So yeah, and now I have more than enough to go back to school and pay for a couple degrees, maybe more. But who knows? Further down the line, if that's what people have as their goals, I'm ready to help them achieve those goals. Real estate, uh, who knows? Real estate in the metaverse, right?
Yeah. Oh gosh. Yeah. The NFT, the the tokenization of the world, right? It's kind of. I think I don't know if I was telling you that, but that's what I see coming, and yeah, I just think you're like what you just said encapsulates very well the right the right mind of somebody who is like someone who's going to be a guide to people who are coming to crypto, because there are the interest in crypto, we know for a fact, has never been higher. It's probably going to continue or even accelerate, and there's nothing that's going to slow it down in my mind. So having as many people like you who have that vision, the intelligence, the right mindset, also wanting to help, I think is just a critical component. So yeah, I'm super pumped that you're here, and excited to see where we go with this, and how many people we can kind of bring along in the journey, because I know there's literally millions that are interested. It's just, can we do our job and help educating, to the best we can. So, anything you'd add, Trey Nichols?
You two are just additional beautiful minds in crypto. I'm humbled by all the knowledge, and I'm grateful that you guys feel that I share things of value because, yeah, I'm just humbled to know more about you guys, and I'm blown away by everyone we've talked to in the crypto cave. I mean, to actually talk to some of these people, not just type to them. Like, I had never even seen you before, Captain. We talked to each other for almost a year. And some of these people that I've talked to, I'm mind blown about the intelligence and the capability of the people at the crypto cave. And
yes,
it's not like you just going to a free forum and trying to communicate when you have to pay to get in. And I know we have a little free section to give little tidbits and stuff like that, and you can use some of the tools. But when you have a paywall, it keeps out so much riffraff and useless information. And when it's moderated
right,
on top
or
of that,
people who aren't serious about what like we've designed it in a way to, I just think, like, resonate. What does the word resonate mean? Like, it's gonna go out and bring back that kind of person, and that's what we're looking for. Is okay. Right now, it's trading, right, and that's about making money and stuff. But there's so much more to this, right? And we all know that, and that's why the people who are there right now are there, and it's all so unique and talented people because we've built the foundation from the very correct place. I mean, not to get into the allegory of the cave, but that's where the crypto cave comes from. That's Plato, and seeing light and using technology as something that enables you. If you build from that, that's pretty powerful to me. And I think a lot of people can get behind that, and knowing that that's the team that wants to help you. You should feel good about that if you're coming to crypto. So, considering the fact that we just started and all the momentum we have, obviously I'm very bullish on where we're headed. But yeah, I'm just so pumped that we were able to connect, and I'm sure we'll be doing videos with you. I would admit, if you want, or if you want to be focused on posting charts, or however this evolves. But I guess we'll try to keep it under an hour. Anything you'd want to wrap up with, C-Money, on closing thoughts about the markets, Fantom? Should we go back to that chart quick, or a bit? Let's see, what's it?
I guess I did want to ask you guys. I did see that PayPal was initiating a crypto function in the UK.
Decentralized versions.
But I also did see some FUD, or some news with Binance, with some possible insider trading news. I don't know. There's a bunch of news circulating right now. I was just wondering what's pushing the market up at the moment, unless it's just Weston the West.
Oh, you mean what do you think is going on right now as we speak, and we're watching these numbers go higher, basically?
Yeah, exactly. It looks like everything across the board is going up.
Yeah, it does. I think we kind of touched on that today. There's
yeah, where I was a total bear. Well,
you were very bearish. You said it does not. I think if I remember right, I'm gonna have to go back to the live stream, but I think you started with, yeah, this is not looking good. This is not looking good for this weekend. So, and now here's the thing. You may be right, because tomorrow things could change, right? But as of this moment, you could have ridden a nice wave up, and I have a feeling
I
it's
really
probably
have. I saw a Taro pool that had a very high interest rate. I didn't see that its utilization was 1,000 or at 100%. It was 8.4,000%. I bought into it, realized I couldn't stake it, and I figured, I'll just get 3 or 2% anyway. Maybe I'll get lucky. It was the perfect bottom of Wi-Fi and ETH range, and they're just shooting up. So
nice play.
You're making money.
I was chasing yield, and I got lucky. It looked like a very dangerous buyer at the bottom where it could just slip, and I chased something else, and I got that other thing. I don't know. I don't know what to say.
That's what happens though too when you're kind of poking around in all the new and innovative places. I think sometimes you do get lucky because you're on the cutting edge of technology.
Opportunity meets work. Yeah.
Yeah, there was like a quote that kind of came to mind. I don't. Is that what it is, or something like that? Luck. Yeah, I think is it John Wooden, the basketball coach, who said that, or I forget. But luck is when preparation meets opportunity, or I don't know. But yeah. So thank you, Calvin, again for coming on with us. I know it's late, so we probably should either get back to trading or sleeping, one of the two. And again, just super excited to have you, and we'll be back for more. So with that, unless you guys have anything else you want to add before we head out, I think we're good to wrap it up.
Just one final finished thought right after we close this up. Yeah, if you're watching it on the replay, we will add in a video that YouTube thinks that you'd like best. And also another thing will pop up on their screen that allow you to subscribe and follow along. And just remember that if we brought you value, be sure to like it. If you love us, share us out. And forget all of it if you just join the cave.
If you're into crypto, just come to Discord, join us. It'll take you to the URL. We have an automated bot that allows you to sign up. It's pretty sweet and easy. So like if this is like you're like, oh, this sounds interesting, just give it a shot. You'll likely be happy.
And it's definitely a place to learn. Ask questions.
And that's the culture we want to create.
Right. Give the right tools to be able to dig deep and do their own research as well.
Yeah, exactly. If you've got something valuable to say it, because it's going to help everybody, and then it's going to stir up questions. And I was just thinking of the other kind of I would call a big brain person who's now with us, and he's dropping these charts, and I'm like, it's pretty smart. We can probably all learn from. We're talking about the golden ratio, and okay, so that's another thing you can add to your trading acumen, right? And you just keep adding and compounding these things, you get better and better and better. So I guess I'm just echoing back to you. I couldn't agree more. So yeah, on that note, we'll wrap it up. There's the free trial. Just head to that URL. It should be on the pop-up on the screen, I think. upgrade.chat/crypto-cave. And you can always come to the Discord straight there and then go to that link, or just discord.gg/crypto-cave, whichever is easiest for you. So again, thank you, and we will be back soon.
See you guys.
Right. Cheers.